Hey guys, we've actually broken up our introduction to strengths video into 2 parts. So this will be the introduction for the second part, which is on name it, claim it, and aim it, which is all about strengths development. So that's what we're going to go through into this video. So check it out. So the way that strengths really works in my life or in your life or with our teams is there's 3 components of strengths development. There's name it, claim it, and aim it. And name it is all about self-discovery. When you do the tests and when you get back your strengths report, either it'll give you 5 or it'll give you all 34. I think to do the 5 is about $20 US, and I think that the 34 is about $60 US. So it's more expensive, but it's a much more in-depth report. Takes you a lot deeper. But when you get those 5 back, it gives you the chance to then choose to become aware of what you're strong in. I had some idea of what some of my strengths were. Some of them were a complete surprise. One of them I didn't like for a long time, but I've learned to really embrace it. But if we go back through that name it, claim it, and aim it, getting your 5 to start with is naming it. Okay, so discovery. The second part, the claiming it, is self-awareness. It's good to know that actually, say, positivity is one of my strengths. And I kind of knew that, but in some ways I thought everybody could be positive. But it's actually something that comes really naturally to me. And so understanding that awareness is not only can I be positive, but how does positivity show up in my life? And actually, how can I be even more constructive and less destructive with positivity? And so the awareness component is actually using these cards. I've got here from being a coach, but there's heaps of information on YouTube and on Gallup's site. They can give you a much deeper understanding, point you to how you might be using that strength as an individual. So the third part, the aim it, is actually talent development. So we had talent discovery, then you have talent awareness, how you're using it, and then we have talent development. Okay, so how can I take myself further and grow in this particular area? And so it's aiming it. It's actually having something specific that you want to grow in or you want to develop. So I'll give you an understanding for me with positivity. So with positivity, there was a discovery part. Then for me, the awareness with positivity was that, I'll read out the parts of the card. It says, people exceptionally talented in positivity theme have contagious enthusiasm. They are upbeat and can get others excited about what they are going to do. Hell yeah, baby. It says, I'm optimistic, hopeful, and fun-loving. You better believe it. Okay, so I read out what I think possibly are some of Donald Trump's barrier labels. So now I'm going to read out one of my own barrier labels. For positivity, it's naive. Now, just like anybody, I don't look at my barrier labels and think, oh yeah, I'm naive. But if I'm truthful, if I'm honest, when I'm using my talent in a destructive way, when I use it too much, I can be naive. When I was talking about Donald Trump before, I wasn't using those barrier labels to describe him. I was actually saying that possibly if he goes too far, or when he's in a destructive space, you get tired, I get tired. Sometimes my kids do stupid things at home and it frustrates me. In those moments, I'm not being constructive. Under pressure, I'm not always constructive. And that's when some of my naivety will come into play. And so, yep, I can be naive. I've learnt that I get drained by being around negative people. I get drained by watching too much of the news. I've been having to really moderate that for myself. I've learnt that my glass is 3/4 full 90% of the time. And that I found with my positivity and as a coach, I've noticed that really positive people are often emotional people. In that I'm not always crying in the chair in the corner, but I am affected by emotions positively and negatively. When I'm around a lot of positive emotion, I find it easy to go with that. And when I'm around a lot of negative emotion, I can feel myself getting sucked into that too. So I've learned a lot about positivity. So my aiming it is that one of the things that I do is that I can lift and lighten emotional environments. And so to stay present to my wife and kids' challenges, to partner with them better, to stay positive, and to bring out the constructive when I partner. When I say that is, like I said before, I can struggle when people are being negative. So if my kids are down, sometimes I don't want to stay there and I'll crack a joke. Not because it's good for them, but because it's good for me. I don't want to stay in that negative place. So part of my positivity is going, Okay, I've got some destructive sides of my positivity. I can actually learn to be present to my kids' challenges. But then once I've sat there and been present to them and allow them to work through it, then I need to go away and do something positive, or I am going to be all bummed out. So that's just one of my talents. And the cool thing with strengths is that you have at least 5 you can get fairly cheaply. For all our staff, we've paid for them already to all know what their 5 are. So we're going to do a number of more videos to help you to understand how your strengths work. Hey guys, I hope that last video did actually help you to understand strengths a bit better from the name it, claim it, and aim it based on my positivity. For the next 3 videos, we're gonna look at each component one video at a time. And we're gonna break down how you can get into strengths and how you can do your own development. So leave us some thoughts maybe about how this video is helpful or if it wasn't. And yeah, stay golden.